Howdy, Internet. Today we are working on this Hernandez Bajo Quinto that was signed by Siggno. We can see the signatures here. What this is taking is the bridge back here is lifting just ever so slightly. We're not going to remove it. We're just going to add a glue because that's all that it's lifting. Just that very little that I'm able to get that blade under. I think there's maybe one little spot over here too, and we're definitely going to try to get some in there as well. But for the most part, except for that one little spot, it's still very well glued. So I'm just going to try to re-glue that little tail. The other thing this is taking is this is the old pickup off it. Is one of these Lawrence pickups. That one's going to be replaced by the Fishman Rare Earth Bajo Quinto pickups. And then I'm kind of excited to try this because it's my first time to actually hear one of these. But first, we have to glue the bridge and then clamp it for a good while. So that's going to be part one. May clean up the frets too as this part of this one, so it's just not in the second one. For gluing, I'm using hide glue. I have hot hide glue ready to go in this pot right now. And then I've already sized up and clamped this first. So I got all my clamps ready to go. I got it already planned, and I've already dry ran this. Always dry run before you glue. Always set your clamps and get everything on there first. And I already did this off camera, but that's how I ended up with this clamping configuration, which you're about to see here in a second. So, my plan of action is I'm going to heat this up a little bit with the blow dryer, just so this is not just at room temperature. It's a little bit warm. It'll give me just a little bit longer to work with hide glue. I have to work really fast, but my plan is to kind of tilt this back and to use a dropper like this to essentially just drip the hide glue into that crack. And then I'm going to use this little palette knife to kind of force it in there, and then drip, go, and then clamp it down. Although even with 3 clamps, I'm having a hard time compressing the two. But if anything, I'm at least going to try to fill that crack with glue more so than glue it, so that at least there's something in there and not just a void. And hopefully it'll prevent it from coming up anymore in the future. Before I get started, though, I'm going to get a washcloth real quick. I should have done this already. I have need a cloth ready to go that's so I can wipe up the excess. All right, well, let's start heating this up. All right, go. Time to act fast. Get a little bit of hide glue in the syringe, and then I'm dripping it in. Let's try to fill in that spot too that I know to be. Then we're going to take the palette knife and work it in there. Work it in there nice and good. Then I'm going to drip it again. Oh yeah, this is coming together good. So far so good. Drip a little bit more. Got to act fast because it's hide glue. Pre-mixed this like a couple days ago and then heated this up an hour before I started recording. Get that nice and in there so there's plenty of squeeze out. There we go. That's good. Time to clamp it. Clamp it and then use that washcloth I just ran to get to clean up all the excess. And then carefully clamp everything kind of loosely and then tighten it all down. There we go. That's this middle one has to rest up on a ledge or a brace, not a ledge. This one is actually balanced, the middle one, on a brace. And then I got one more clamp coming in. Just rough these in there. Try to move quickly because of the hide glue. There we go. All right. And slowly clamp these. Slowly clamp these and just start adding more and more pressure. Let's see if I can kick the block out a little bit more. Yeah, more like that. That's better. Bring this back a little bit. Ooh, looking good. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Time to get this cinched down. I'm going to peek inside with my little tool just to make sure that middle clamp is lined up where I need it to be. Oh, there's not enough light.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, tell him it's cool. He can do it.
Yeah, go ahead and work on the ranch.
See? A Quinto. Yeah, a little water.
Not right now. Maybe Friday.
Okay, that's good.
Friday is good.
Yes, sir, Saturday.
Sunday, okay?
Sí, sabe. Yeah.
The next time in the middle, no call.
Okay.
The ranch.
Yeah, sí
The
sabe.
next time. No, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Richard, okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Mucho. Oh, gracias. Oh, so sweet. You have a good day.
Okay, Richard, okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
See you then. Thank you. That is my yard lawn care specialist. He does a good job. He cuts the grass around the store and at my house. We had a lot of rain. All right. I got to be careful with this middle one because it has the tendency to slide off that brace. But I'm going to wipe the excess up. I think we just got that just in time. Okay, we can clean up more later. That's the glory about hide glue, is it's water soluble. All right, let's see. Let me get my goggles out so we can see if there's still a gap. No, it looks like it filled it pretty well, but I'm still gonna tighten down on these. I was never able to get this set up, even with all three of these clamps, to fully compress that back end. So I'm going to do my best, though. at least make an attempt to clamp it, not just fill it with glue. And it's just that that little tip in the back that's coming up. So hopefully this solves it. And so I'll polish the frets and do the clean this up as this kind of cures. But off camera, I'm leaving the hot glue warm still. I'm going to come back in about an hour off camera and then see exactly how much of that crack is filled. And if I can get more glue in there, I'll add more glue, kind of as is. But even after all this clamping, when I did the dry run, there was still a slight gap. I could still slide the palette knife under there slightly. So tighten all these down. I'm still managed to tighten it just a little bit each time. But if I still see a gap on there, I'll try to fill it with the glue. And worst case, if there is more gaps still, I can always try to put lacquer in there. But I think hide glue will do the trick. Starting to see some squeeze out here. That's a good sign. All right. Don't have to tape anything because there's no magnetic pickup on this anymore for the steel wool to stick to. And again, if you have any questions, this is the type of forum for kind of like Q&A. My videos are not so much a demonstration or how-to of this or a show and tell. It's more or less something to watch me do while we have the conversation. And so as far as the conversation goes, I'm willing to answer questions about the store, about music, about guitar repair, our instrument repair, any type of repair we do here, about the products we sell. So that's more so, this is what that stage is primarily for. As far as the work I do, well, that's just something to watch while we talk. And so until I start getting inquiries, I'm just going to continue to ramble. I like to clean the frets, give them a once over. These probably need to be leveled or replaced soon. This is a Hernandez Bajo Quinto. To my understanding, these are very sought after. These are really good sounding Bajo Quintos. These are very popular among players. To my understanding, at least. All right, turn these from brown back to silver. Dust off the shavings of the steel wool. Come in with some cleaner. And then double check my clamps and we'll call it. Yeah, not only is this a kind of noteworthy Bajo Quinto, these are very popular, but this one is also signed by Siggno. I'm just not going to lie, I had to kind of be educated on. I'm not really diverse in this style of music. But I did listen to a few of their songs. They're good. They were I was told that they are like Mexican Garth Brooks, and I can kind of agree to that. They're like a very popular, kind of like country, but Mexican country band. Country songs. And we played some Garth Brooks songs. So the cleaner is the Dunlop 65. This is available on the website in 3 different sizes. You can buy the giant one from me, but you know, this is a lot, even for a store. On somebody who does this every day, this lasts a long time. I don't recommend this if you only own a couple guitars. We sell this in 1 ounce and 4 ounce bottles, and a little goes a long way. what I'm putting on the fingerboard fretboard right now is the Dunlop 65 lemon oil fretboard conditioner, which is great for rosewood and basically anything that's a dark exposed wood fretboard. You wouldn't want to put this over any type of finish like a maple fretboard, or even if they've lacquered over a fretboard. This is meant to condition the bare wood. I use this a lot. I like this product, and as you see, as I rub it in, you'll see why. It just looks amazing. And last thing I'll do, since I don't have to do it later, I'm gonna, if you've seen enough of these yet, I'm gonna use a little pencil lead in the nut slots to lubricate them and also to clean out any debris that might be caught in them. These have already been cleaned or already been penciled in before. I can see the old graphite, which is good. One last check on the clamps. Ooh, I got a good squeeze out around that. I'm going to just leave that and let it dry. That's good right now. So this is part one. Part two of this is going to be me installing the Fishman rare earth pickup, which this would be my first time hearing one of these. And then, you know, pulling the clamps off, stringing this thing up, and then seeing how it sounds. Thanks for watching.